Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the FRR Tour of Britannia. Today, we have 2015 World's Richmond course, which is going to be an absolute pain in the butt. We've got 4 sprint segments over 2 laps, a total of 33 kilometers and 315 meters of climbing. One of the most calm days we've had so far on tour. But it's not going to stop. Richmond is tough and it will keep fighting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to stage 7 here of the Tour of Britannia. We're in Richmond, which is in the USA. Again, going from New York to Richmond, Virginia. Pretty cool. But anyways, we're going to get into this race. Now, our legs are quite fried, but we do know we have 4 sprint segments today to go for. It is a lot of points on the table for me, and that's why we're wearing our green jersey. We're wearing a Rafa jersey. This is one of my favorite jerseys that I own, if not my favorite right now. Just the feel of it, how lightweight it is, everything is great about it. Also, it's green. If we're going for the green jersey, we need to wear a green jersey. So, as we push on into this race towards the first sprint, we're going to slow things down here. Kind of in the back of the pack, we are set up for a monstrous sprint. We hit 900 watts there, 926 as the peak watts, staying in the 800s, down to 700, 600, and then slow off at the end. We hit us with the X. And a 14-second sprint isn't too bad, but it definitely could have been better. There are a few people in a race that are pretty high on the green jersey, so I'm not quite upset about that. I think I got 15th place overall, but I don't know. We just gotta recover, get our legs into as best shape as we can going towards Broad Street. Now, this sprint is going to be a touch longer, so I need to be stronger. We're going to start a bit early, get that speed up, watch all the people go for this sprint. We're back up to the 800s, 700s, down to 600, 500, but we end up clawing back to the 800 watts and hit an absolute destruction sprint. Now we end up finishing 4th there by a little under half of a second. So hitting that X yet again, absolutely beast mode sprint by me. And honestly, I don't know where I got that extra juice from at the end, but I'll take it. Hell of a sprint. That's going to be some big points for me in that green jersey leaderboard. Now moving on to the next sprint. This is seen as a KOM in Zwift, and it sure as hell feels like a KOM, but it's going to be classified as a sprint segment here on the FRR Tour. So we are going to have to put some monstrous watts if we're going to want to get a good time on this KOM. As soon as we pass the banner, we kind of drop a lot of watts, and this guy just flies off the front. I'm kind of sitting there like surprised of like what I just saw. But as we turn over the second S, going around the third, we are in the front 3 here, and I think we might be able to get a really good time. And we push out to second, and we lost that by 4 seconds to the guy ahead of me. And then I get to watch everyone fly past me because of how dead my legs are. But that doesn't mean it's over. 23rd Street is yet again another sprint, and I'm going to go all out looking to beat my PR of 40 seconds, but also beating the PR that people are dropping right now. And I'm not going to get anywhere close to it. I end up dropping a 35-second sprint there, and then I continuously get dropped by absolutely everybody in this sprint. I'm going to really zoom this up quite quick here because I end up catching a bunch of lower ranked guys, and then they pass me, they drop me, and then another group comes and they drop me as well. I just wasn't having a good time here on the second lap of Richmond of the UCI 2015 Worlds course. And I end up finding a friend for a little bit until he ends up dropping me. And my goal is just to kind of survive here. And I'm going to slow things down right here at the end. I trying to catch this pricey guy, but he ends up finishing quite ahead before me. But anyways, Richmond is tough. We had a ton of big sprints, and we finished 5 minutes past first place, which is going to luckily save us. That last minute effort saved us by 10 seconds to getting hit by the broom, so we don't lose any of our sprint points there. So taking a look at the yellow jersey standings now, we have lost a singular position. We're now 65th here in the general classification, with some names that we've seen racing with us catching up to us, so that's not too promising. Moving on to the green jersey, we end up jumping up 5 positions with some big sprint points from Richmond. From 29th to 24th, we will take that, and we are looking good if we want to make a top 10 appearance here very shortly. Now, we will be starting stage 8 of the FRR Tour of Britannia here in Yorkshire. We've got a nice individual time trial today, and it's on one hell of a course. There's going to be quite a bit of elevation here, and I think I go with the 7.8 wheels today instead of disc wheels, which may have been a mistake, but I wanted a little bit of a climbing ladder, I guess. I felt like my climbing has been pretty poor, so dropping the disc wheels might help me on some of these longer climbs. But anyways, at this point, my legs are absolutely gassed from this whole tour. We've already raced for 7 days, and being the eighth, another big elevation ITT course isn't going to help me that much. Um, at this point of the tour, I'm really wondering if I'm able to finish this. I know I'm on the back end of it with some two tough courses coming up next episode. But the thing is, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm not last in the general classification, but I'm definitely not first. And I'm not doing too bad in the green jersey. So I know I have some things to look forward to, but we have over 100 kilometers of racing left in the FRR Tour, and that's going to just be in the last 2 days. So today we're going up potluck, and I think that's what it's called, potluck or pot something. Such a tough little hill there, and little do we know that's going to be the ending climb for the FRR Tour of Britannia in stage 10. Now, as we continue on here, there's not really much to talk about. We've got one more lap, and we are currently in 79th of 159, and we are clawing back on the hills. We're gaining some time like I wanted to, but it's these downhill sections that are really killing me. Not having disc wheels, not having that aero capability, I do lose a bit of time, but I am happier with the time gained on the hills, I guess, just based on my fitness right now. Um, I'm gobbling up the goose like it's nothing. My fan's not doing enough work, and I'm wearing a yellow jersey in hopes that I'm saved by someone. Someone grabs me, hops out a rope, and I'm able to just pull myself up these hills. It's brutal at this point. So at least this is going to be the last individual time trial. And like I said, there's only 2 more stages, so how bad can it really be? We've gone 30 minutes so far on this ITT, and we haven't done great. We haven't done bad, but it's kind of just survival at this point. It's make sure you don't lose too much time in the general classification, because you can definitely lose it on a stage, but you cannot continue to gain spots over a fantastic run at this point. It's really about just keeping the pedals spinning and hoping that the people behind you are struggling just as much as you are. So we're going to fast forward a little bit, going on to the final hill. I know this is it, so I'm going to put everything I have left into it, and maybe I can catch these guys ahead of me. While it won't really help me in my general classification, it will help my spirits going into the last 2 stages. But Anyways, we're about to cross the finish line here with under half a kilometer left. We're hoping to beat 4:80:30, and we do with 48:25. So with another somewhat poor performance here in the individual time trials, we currently move back to 60th place overall. We're a total of 7 hours and 24 minutes on the road and 25 minutes and 45 seconds from first place. Now we only have 2 more stages left, so let's get on to those. It's going to be a rough one. Thank you all for watching another recap video on stage 7 and 8 of this FRR tour. It has been absolutely awful, but my goal to finish is still on the table, and I am ready to finish it out tomorrow. We have both stages 9 and 10, the Queen stage over on Surrey Hills, and then the final stage, which is going to be back here on Yorkshire, and it is going to be the Royal Pump 8. Be ready for it. Be excited. It's going to be a tough one.